You are looking live at Pro Skate in Monmouth Junction, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting set to take on Montgomery Youth Hockey Association in the fourth and final game of the AGHF Showcase this weekend. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action on a Sunday afternoon. If you have the NFL on and you want to keep us on a device or on a TV, we would love if you did that. If you're catching it on demand, we're glad to have you there. And if you're in parts unknown, we're thrilled to have you with us. The Rockets are playing their second game of the day, their fourth and final game of the weekend. It's going to be 4 games in about the course of 26 or 8 hours. And they were fresh this morning in a 2-1 win against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. It was Mia Rodriguez converting late with under 3 minutes left to give the Rockets a 2-1 lead that they held in an exciting game. A Game of the Year candidate. The Rockets will be in their home white jerseys. Montgomery in the dark blue. They have the colors of the Naval Academy. They're navy blue with yellow. Rockets in the home whites. They have black numbers with red trim. Across the back and all the way to the front, a black stripe that contains the word Rockets across the front. And the O in Rockets is a ball of flames. They have black pants, white socks with a big thick black stripe that has a gray stripe above and below thinly. On the bottom of their jerseys is a black stripe. It's kind of hard to see because it blends in with the pants. Montgomery, as we said, with the colors of the Naval Academy. If you're not familiar with them, it's navy and yellow. The yellow numbers are outlined in white. It says Montgomery across the chest from the top right shoulder down to the bottom left hip. Dark blue socks, a thick yellow stripe that has various smaller stripes depending on which player you are looking at. Rockets will start it off with Nieves at center. Liftoff. Period 1. Nieves at center and Hansen and Kamerkar the wings. Kamerkar picks that one up. Rockets a little shorthanded for the day, but that didn't affect them earlier. Hansen picks this one up, heads right toward the goal. Nieves was looking for it, but the puck didn't quite get there. Frida in goal for Montgomery. Markland in goal for the Rockets. Arialis defending the goal to your YouTube left. You could see her over there in the white jersey. And Frida defending the goal to your YouTube right. She's about to get tested by Cici Nieves, who turns the corner, chips it in front. Hansen was coming down, but just a moment too late. They battle for it in the near side corner. Pillai was over there for Montgomery. They'll try to pick it up and move it out, but Fox keeps it in. Whiffed on it, but trying to recover it. Can't quite do that. And Aaron Bruno will pick it up. Gets smashed against the boards by Ball. Left in for Rizzo. Trying to get through 2 defenders. Gets through both. Marr is one of them. Rizzo curls. Has Ulrich coming down the middle. Looked to send it to Fox, who was also there, and eventually it goes to Rodriguez, who picks it up and sends it around the boards. Grace Ulrich is there, sends it for Rizzo in the corner. She reverses it. Fox falls at the point, but Rizzo has it, and they're just not pressuring her at all, so she's going to skate around and do whatever she wants, loses it in a patch of ice, and Ball shrugs her off. Comes up the near side, but not out. Ulrich picked it up. Rizzo tries to skate it down through Ulrich. Pillai there battling with Bruno, and Pillai's able to get it out of the zone. Sent back into the Rockets' end. And Lauren Fox picks it up, sends it for Luisa Rizzo in the middle. Draws 3 defenders, but gets the pass over to Rodriguez on the left wing. Rizzo hustling off for a change. Rodriguez, the hero, just hours ago. will skate it all the way through as the Rockets change one. Ulrich's still there. Cook's in the middle. Sends it through. Oh, it hit Barrett's skate. Otherwise, Izzy Cook was looking for that one right there. Rodriguez will back check and then jump off in favor of Haley Connolly, who sends it in. Ulrich sends it forward to herself and then Cook. Ulrich to the corner on the far side, spins. Loken is there, knocked her away. The speedy Ulrich gets back to it, but not quite fast enough, and Kira Redmond will pick this one up. Redmond, with 14-18 left in period one and no score, sends it in. Played with on the near side boards. Redmond at the point will walk it in, take a shot. Frida knocked it down and covers it up. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 14:05 left, period one. Get a little adjustment here. See if we can. And there we go. Thanks, Debbie Rizzo. Always in the right place at the right time to help us even out the picture here. Sent through the slot by Connolly, whacked by Matone. Connolly will pick it up behind the net. Connolly looking, has room. Nieves comes down and she'll skate it into the corner and battle with Ball. Ball hit it away, but not long enough. Connolly in the slot couldn't pull the trigger, but Matone sends it back in off the skate of one of the Montgomery players, and they send it down. Redmond retreats to her own end to pick it up. She'll do so and fire it off the boards on the near side. It's up there for Grace Ulrich. She's got to beat it to the line, otherwise it's icing, and it's icing. Oh boy, Grace Ulrich was looking for that one. And she was on her horse. The day after the Breeders' Cup, Grace Ulrich was on her horse. Not quite the speed of Flightline, the record-setting winner of the Breeders' Cup Classic, but close. Wrist shot off the face-off. It redirected, and Markland kicked it away. Awkwardly kicked it away with the top of the left pad and sent it to the near side corner. The battle for it on the far side wall. It comes up toward the point and out. The ice is nice and resurfaced here, and it's playing very fast. The Rockets have more time and space than they did in the earlier game here, and we'll see what that translates to with 12:55 left in period one. They came into the game shorthanded in terms of on-ice personnel. Hope Menichello not with the team. PJ Jacobus still nursing an injury, and they have enough, certainly, with the depth of the roster to manage. But another casualty is Coach Jacobus, who we think is probably watching on the stream, and dubiously suffered an injury himself and is not able to patriate the bench for this game. So Bob Connolly and Mike Cook handle the duties, and PJ Jacobus, the captain, is probably the second assistant here today as a coach. That one sent down. Markland's going to play it because there was no icing. Bruno there being hounded by Loken, who gets it away from her and heads toward the net. Loken has it in the slot, spins, looking, draws more attention. They have it down low. There's a shot, and it looked like the Montgomery player blocked her own player's shot, and Markland didn't even have to save it. They were two down below, and the Rockets kind of got caught up into one another. Bruno sends it into the zone, but Nieves picks off the clear, goes down low off the boards for Rizzo, who reverses it, but does so without the puck. Everybody overskates the puck. Rizzo gets it back, but Loken's going to grab it more so than everybody. Hounded by Rodriguez, Loken goes 1-on-5, and once she got to the second or third, she couldn't quite make it through. Rodriguez trying to spin the breakaway, couldn't do it, but they get possession in the offensive zone with Cici Nieves. Nieves off the boards to herself, has Rizzo in front if she could get it there. There's a stick battle in front. Nieves on the wraparound, there's a save by Frida, and it comes out to the slot, but Rodriguez couldn't corral it. Up the near side wall, Palai sends it across ice and hits the player coming off the bench, but not cleanly. They step into it, but can't move it forward, and now they do send it in and complete their change behind the play. Rockets also with the change, so that one's picked off. Wrist shot way over the net. She'd like to have that one back. Comes to the near side boards. Redmond hustling over there. Hayes from Montgomery, and it's chipped out. Barrett's going to pick this one up under pressure from Rodriguez. Rizzo there too. And Jones is able to chip it out under pressure. Rizzo and Rodriguez have worked magic. This is their 4th game together, and it's been lights out practically, at least with goals and, if not goals, offensive chances. And the centers have varied at times. It's been Ulrich who's there right now. Wrist shot over the net. It's been Connolly at times. It's been Nieves at times. So the Rockets having to change up their lines in their lineup, but maybe some chemistry between a couple, 13 and 36. There's Connolly, chips it back, and now move toward the middle as she negotiates through traffic to Izzy Cook, who sends it back, but Holt picks it up and sends it in. It's onside. Beesline was able to get the right skate in just on time. Jones retreats back. Some of Montgomery, they have different color helmets. There's Jones with the white helmet. Holt and Loken have the shiny or silver type helmets, and everybody else with the midnight blue or navy. I'd say navy. Bruno back into her own end for Haley Connolly. Rockets in white. Montgomery Youth Hockey in the dark jerseys for this one. The final game of the AGHF Showcase from Pro Skate. Sent down for the icing, and the Rockets will change it up and have the offensive zone draw with 8:55 left in period 1 of a 0-0 game. No shots on goal up on the board just yet. We'll see if that changes. Nieves on the dot, wins it back to Bruno, who can't get it through traffic. That was Bowles who blocked it down. It's loose in front. They battle for it. Frida covers it up under pressure from Kamerkar. So there you can see there's been a few shots, but none that have registered on the scoreboard. Face-off battle again. Bowles got tied up by Nieves, who eventually wins it. Shot from the dot. Frida save with the blocker. She catches unconventionally with the right hand, and that means the stick side is on the right wing side if you're attacking. Bruno sells out. I don't know if she dove or slid. Kamerkar picks it up. She's 2-on-2 with Hansen, and she gains the line of center and sends it in deep. They send it to the far side, but it's picked up by Fox, who sends it below the end line. Ulrich picks that one off, skates it like a dervish behind the attacking side net. Centering feed for Bruno, one-timer. She didn't get a lot of juice on it, but Aaron cheated down from the right point. Nobody marking her in the slot there. She went right down. The icing hand is up. Let's see if it has enough gumption to get over the line itself, and the puck does just that. You can see in your picture some of the Rockets U19 white crew also playing here this weekend. Captain LBL, Lauren Barbara Landstrom, among others, supporting their organizational mates. And most of these girls, or at least some of them, some groups of them have been teammates at times, and they really come out and support each other, and it's brilliant to see. It's just great kids, great families all around have just been the story of this Rockets organization's resurgence here the last 3 years. And it's showing on the ice and in development. Jen Rose's troops getting better by the day. Rockets will move it out. Rodriguez sends it up for Rizzo, a little too strong. She's got to try to outskate Jones, but Jones has a few steps on her. Ulrich nonetheless picks it off, sends it for Rizzo. Back to Ulrich. Oh, she tried to fire it off on the give and go. Couldn't quite corral it. Ulrich will pick it up and send it to Redmond at the point. She's got to bang it back in with the backhand under pressure from Palai. Rodriguez centers it for Rizzo. Couldn't quite connect. A lot of good things can happen when you try that play. The Rockets have seen it even for them and against them, where sometimes the puck will hit off somebody in front or hit off a goalie pad or something like that and find its way in. It didn't happen there, so Frida, the right-handed catching goaltender, keeps her 0 on the board, and the Rockets continue to battle to try to keep their 0 on the board for Montgomery and add to the scoring total for themselves. They'll have a face-off in their own zone with 6:22 left in period 1 and no score against Montgomery. Nieves on the dot. Her 2 wings are Connolly and Cook. They are in the slot. The defense pair is Bruno, who picks it up, and Fox. They try to get it up through there the hard way, but Ball sends it back in. Loken fires it off of the right glove of Nieves, and she shakes her hand there. That's all the Rockets need, is another injury, but Nieves just shakes it off and is able to send it out. Connolly pressing. She's been really picking up her game this weekend as well, maybe because of the home ice feel for Haley. She's played a million games on these rinks since she was a kid. Centering feed for Fox from Nieves. Just couldn't get the good wood on it, or the composite, or whatever the heck expensive material these sticks are made of these days. 5:35 left period 1. Here's Bruno in a scoreless game trying to send it down low. Has Cook, who negotiates it through traffic, and they blow the whistle. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be interference, and the offending party is going to be Connolly. So Haley jumps in the penalty box with 5:30 left in period 1. That's the first penalty of the game for either team, and the first advantage in terms of power play will go to Montgomery. They'll face it off in the circle to the glove side of Arialis Markland, who's been absolutely spectacular in going 2-1 this weekend. The Rockets kicked it off with a 4-1 loss to the York Devils. They responded on Saturday evening with a 7-0 win over the Philadelphia Bells, and they had an exciting Game of the Year candidate victory this morning, earlier in the day, just a few hours ago, over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, 2-1. Mia Rodriguez's first goal in a Rockets uniform was the winner, and it came with under 3 minutes remaining in a 1-1 game. That was about as even as it could possibly be. Ulrich hustling over there to force the play, but Ball managed to get it through. Loken sent it forward for Bowles, but the Rockets, oh boy, Ball pitchforked herself into the boards right there. She's okay. That's a dangerous play sometimes. Her stick blade got caught in a part of the boards over there, and she kind of jackknifed herself in there. And you could break a hand, you could get a broken rib from the butt end of your stick, but she's okay, and we're glad to see it. Jones hustles back into her own end to pick this up under pressure from Ulrich, who skates her around the net and forces the play up. Loken's got to go all the way back to pick it up, and 26 has had a lot of the puck possession here. Hammerkar picks it up and was waiting for Ulrich, tried to time it, and she knew she fired it in just a moment too soon. Sometimes 84 in white is like a blur in the screen, and you think she's going faster than she is, as if that's humanly possible. Rockets still with 59 seconds to kill on the penalty for interference to Haley Connolly. Up front, they kill it off with Nieves and Hansen, and Redmond, who just sent that one in offside, and Matone are the defense pair. It hasn't looked so much like a power play yet for Montgomery, and that's good for the Rockets. Nieves there on the dot, can't win it, but Redmond just steps right past the player and sends it at the net. It's kicked away nonchalantly by Frida, but Hansen's going to pick this up. She chips it to herself and just out-hustles the other number 9 for it. Nieves gets it. She'll skate it below the end line. The Rockets have killed now 25 more seconds since that last face-off, and they're killing off a penalty behind the end line in the attacking zone. Hansen's going to get it, unleash one. Wow, that ricocheted off Jones, and Frida caught the redirection with the right pad and steered it aside. That one's going to go down, and it is going to be icing, so everything going right pretty much here for the Rockets on the penalty kill. And they'll have an offensive zone draw and 11 seconds to kill in the penalty to number 11 with 3:41 left in period 1 of a scoreless game. Our scorekeepers, looks like Bob Ulrich and Anthony Matone handling the iPad and the scoreboard, and they've now caught up in shots. 7-1 for the Rockets. Matone, they're going to kill this off and try to score. Rebound off the kick. Rizzo gets it. She's up front now with Ulrich. Matone and Redmond on the back line. Matone with the steal. She's going to skate it in. Wrist shot fired over the crossbar. Didn't test Frida. Rizzo looking for somebody coming down the middle. She's got Rodriguez who tries to center it back, but Jones stepped into the passing lane, knocked it down, and skates it out. So the power play is over for Montgomery. They didn't really ever get a chance to get set up as the Rockets kept them on their heels. And the Rockets will move it out. Matone over to Rodriguez. She's looking for Rizzo, but leaves it for Ulrich and just can't quite get the handle over there. Believe it or not, Coach Jacobus has rejoined the bench, so I'm hoping that's good news, and we'll see if we could get an injury report on Coach. We'll get it for you at least after the game in the post-game interview. Don't miss that one. And if you didn't catch the one after Saturday's game, make sure you watch it and watch it till the end. Rizzo over to Ulrich at the point. Wrist shot through traffic. Rodriguez redirected it with the skate, but a little bit too much. 2:19 left, scoreless first period. Rockets 7-1 edge in the shots according to the board. That one's sent back down into the Rockets' end, and it'll be an icing. Rockets will change it up. They will send out Nieves on the dot. Cook will be in the slot. Connolly on the far boards when they get set up, and at the points will be Fox at the left point, and Bruno on right D will set up between the points as they do their stick tap. 2:09 now, the time left in the first. Rockets win it back. Fox will send it right at the net. Frida kicks it away. Cook looking, Cook turning, wrist shot, knocked down in front. It hit one of the Montgomery players. It looked like it was Bowles. Took the puck there to the chest, or maybe got her hands up and blocked it down. So they'll do it all over again, same deal. And a lot of times when the goaltender catches right-handed, the players don't even notice it until they take a shot. They say, wait a minute, I thought I was shooting to the glove side. No, you're not. Wrist shot to the glove side. Rebound is there, and she covers it up. Rockets putting pressure on there right from the D. They're getting some of those shots through the lane. And let's see if they can pounce on a rebound here, although there was a little bit of a rebound, not much. 1:57 left, period 1. 12-1 the shots for the Rockets, but it's 0-0 on the board. Connolly spins it out to Nieves on the far side boards. It goes down lower. Nieves powers through, takes it behind the net. Bruno cheats down into the right circle. Cook is in front, but they can't get it to her, and it's sent down, and it's going to be another icing unless this happens to go on net, and it doesn't, so they'll face it off again in the offensive zone with 1:36 left in period 1. Rockets will change it up. They'll send out Ulrich to take the face-off, probably, unless Hansen takes it, which sometimes she does. And instead, Ulrich will take the face-off. Hansen in the slot, Kamerkar on the far wing, Matone on lefty, and Redmond between the points. Ulrich spins but doesn't win it, as Loken won it, but Matone gets it at the point and sends it down below the end line. Ulrich hustles over in there, steals it from Ball, tries the centering feed, but Holt knocked it away. Kamerkar is going to run that down, comes to the boards. Rockets are going on a power play here. Kamerkar got ran into the boards. They're either going to call it a roughing or a body check. They call the body check. And the Rockets will have their first power play of the day. They played a game this morning in which there was only one penalty called, and it was against them. They killed it off. They killed off the first penalty of this game. And now they get the man advantage for the first time since Saturday evening. They'll start it off with Ulrich on the dot, Hansen in the slot. Rizzo now jumps onto the left wing, and she gets it off the face-off. Matone at the left point, chips it off the boards for Rizzo. She's going to try to walk it in, goes down low for Ulrich, has to spin around. Jones steps right through and picks it off. Jones is going to get hounded by Ulrich and have to reverse field and spins around the other way again, finding herself the two most valuable things in hockey, time and space. Good clear by Jones. 134 in the power play and 48 in the period. So the Rockets are hoping to score before the end of the period here. If not, that one fired through traffic by Matone. And if they can, they'll be delighted to let the opposing player out of the box. That one sent up, not going to be an icing because Matone touched it. Icing in effect in all situations at this level under these rules. Rockets with 20 seconds left here in the period and the power play. A long pass for Rizzo, chips it past Jones, trying to turn the corner, has Ulrich with her with 12 seconds. Rizzo and Jones behind the end line over there. Rizzo steals it away from Jones. Hansen picks it up. She's got 5 seconds, marching toward the net. Hansen there, backhander, save, and it goes wide on the rebound, and the Rockets can't put it in, but they got a good chance right there until the buzzer. Rockets will play to that buzzer in every period of every game, no matter what the score is, and doing that nearly put them in the lead. They don't get a goal, but they don't allow one either. We end the period 0-0. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button. And every time we go live or upload content, you will know about it. And thanks to Jen Connolly, the issues that we had streaming here from ProSkate in the very first game are now completely the opposite. And I think our stream is coming through live and clear to wherever you are, whether you're in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, Papua New Guinea, Port Charlotte, Philadelphia, Pascack Valley, New Jersey, wherever you are watching, we're glad that you are. And we're thankful for your support. So the Rockets will start the 17-minute second period with Arialis Markland defending the goal to your YouTube right. They'll have a man advantage for the first 42 seconds as ball stays in the penalty box. Frida now will defend the goal to your YouTube left as number 35 goes there. The 5 starting it out will be Nieves with Hansen and Rodriguez, with Fox and Bruno on D. Liftoff, period 2. Nieves skates right through, and they break in on a 2-on-1. Wrist shot goes wide. That's the stick side of the right-handed catching goalie. Rodriguez looks to the point where she's got Bruno. Bruno waits, negotiates it through, but Jones stepped in, knocked it down, and she's going to skate out one-on-one. Nieves back checking, gets through one, but the back check by Nieves solves it and helps out her buddy Lauren Fox. Jones made a good move there. She's a defenseman, and she jumped in and skated it right through. Rockets will send it down. It's not going to be an icing. Loken's back there to pick it up. Loken looking, hits the brakes, sends it up through for Jones, who tips it. Bruno's going to hustle it in. Hansen hustles out of the zone, so it's onside. And the penalty is over. Full strength. A chance for a breakaway. This is Holt, but Nieves is back and just blows it right up. But Holt regains the loose puck, and Bruno steps in. Rockets avoiding disaster over there. Holt is going to pick this one up, try to reverse it. Fox presses her in there, had the stick tied up. Holt goes down, and there's going to be a penalty on Fox. They're going to call a cross-check. Not sure how she could have done a cross-check when her stick was tied up in front of the player, but that's what they call. Oh, they call it roughing. Okay, that's a better version of whatever the call was. So 15:48 left, period 2, 0-0, and Fox in the box. They put 3 minutes up on the penalty, but it's 2. They'll try to fix that. 15:48 is the time left, so 13:48 would be the time she could exit, and they fix it to 2 minutes. Cook and Ulrich, the penalty killers up front. Redmond, who has the puck off the faceoff, and Matone, the defense pair for the Rockets in white. It comes to the point, but Ball sends it back in. This is the second power play of the game for Montgomery Youth Hockey Association, and they are 0 for 1. The Rockets are 0 for 1 on their only power play chance. That puck pops deep into the Montgomery end. Ulrich chasing down Ball. Forces the play up the near side wall, recovers for a moment, couldn't quite get the stick on it. It comes to Redmond at the point. She looks to send it to Matone, who keeps it in somehow with the right skate. Along the line, that was a nifty play. Matone will keep it in at the point with the backhand and send it down low. The Rockets now almost a minute through this power play kill. The second time they've been shorthanded today. It comes to the point where Redmond has to pick it up, curl it back. Bowles is going to get through traffic there, but not all the way through. Matone chips it out for Ulrich. She's 1 on 5, and she'll get to the center line, dump it beautifully off the top of the glass, and allow for her team to change. It's the period of the long change, but when you could do it like that, it's a short change. Nieves and Connolly now up front to kill it off. Same defense pair. Loken, she's had most of the possession for Montgomery, which is in a 0-0 tie thus far. They've been outshot 12-1, but they've kept themselves in it with some timely defense and good goaltending. Rockets will gladly take the seconds ticking away on the power play there as Nieves picks it up, skates it all the way to the near side, chips it out for Connolly, who gains the center line and sends it in. The last 10 seconds of the power play for Montgomery, the Rockets will hope are spent them defending their own goal. Matone wasn't even looking to shoot, and that cross-ice dump-in kills off the rest of the penalty. Rizzo now jumps on as the extra forward as Connolly jumped onto the right point. Bruno's playing it way down there as Matone sends it all the way through. Nieves jumps off, Ulrich jumps on, Rizzo gets to that one, or Connolly gets to that one looking for Rizzo, can't get it all the way through. They combine to steal it again. Oh, Riz was looking to get that one through traffic. Ulrich waits for Rizzo to get on. Oh, it looked like she got back on. Looked like Rizzo got back on right there, and they call the offside. The gentleman to my right clarifying what he believes to be the rule, but we saw her be onside right there. And disagreements are the beautiful part of hockey, aren't they? So they'll face it off just outside the zone. Ulrich on the dot with Rodriguez, who takes a face plant into the boards over there and is having trouble getting up. Mia's down, and she's going to stay down over there. Haley Connolly is making sure that Mia stays down, and now the coaches jump out and the players take a knee. Mia's still moving around there. She took a funny hit the way she tumbled back into the board. She's gesturing now with her right hand, so she's able to move around, and they're going to help her up. And Mia Rodriguez will get to the bench amongst the applause of the crowd. It looks like maybe something with the leg. We don't want to see any injury anywhere, but we'd much rather see one in a lower extremity than it being a head injury, because she took a very funny hit into the boards. Hansen over there now making sure to check on her, and all the rest of the teammates one by one going over to check on magnificent Mia. Rockets now, after the stoppage, have to face it off in the defensive zone. They win it. Jones picks that up. Bruno makes sure to not get in the way of that one, and now we'll pick it up on the far side. Montgomery trying to keep it in, they do. Fox has to retreat. And she'll send it up the middle for Rizzo, who's looking for Ulrich, and she feeds her forward. 2-on-3, Rizzo and Ulrich. Rizzo, through a wave, gets to the backside of the net, and she's going to pick this one up. Stick handle around one. Try to see if she can get past Jones. She can't. Jones has been a standout so far in the Navy for Montgomery. 7 with the white helmet. They get it out of the zone, and the Rockets regroup just in front of the scorer's table. Hayes and Connolly battling for it over there. Connolly wins it for the moment. Palai tries to send it in, but Bruno intercepts. Rockets changing right there, and this is going to be Bowles who turns Fox around. Wrist shot. Markland knocks it down with the top of the jersey and corrals it before it could hit the ice. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 12:01 left in period 2 of a scoreless game. Injury central here for the Rockets as Mia Rodriguez stays at the end of the bench after an awkward fall moments ago. Coach Jeremy Jacobus checking on her. He had his own injury scare earlier in the day, but he made it back in time to get back to the bench. PJ Jacobus, the team captain, still sidelined, but hopefully returning very soon. Nieves picks it up, waits for Cook and Hansen to get back on side, and just walks right back in. Leaves it for Hansen. She'll skate through and leave it for Matone at the point. Slapper through traffic. Big stick save by Frida. It comes toward the point on the near side. Redmond gets to it, grabs it, spins it, and sends it low for Hansen. Hansen chips it back to Nieves in the far corner. Cook is in front. Nobody's with her. 3 defenders down low. They're leaving Izzy Cook all alone right in front. Izzy Cook is in the slot if they could ever get the puck to her. Now they locate her. Ball located her finally, but Izzy Cook and she's doing it again. She's just finding open space right there as it's kindergarten soccer. Hansen will walk out of the corner, send it for Cook. She shoots and it's blocked by Ball just in time. So they let Izzy Cook get the puck, but they do jump in the shooting lane before she could fire it away off the nice feed from Tootie. 10:50 left second period. Rockets buzzing here, although not doing it in fast motion, doing it with a long possession in the offensive zone. Nieves up the near side boards, curls it back, sends it low for Hansen. She forces Ball to spin around and sees if Cook could chase her out the other side. Has to reverse it, and that goes right to Nieves, who exchanges with Hansen, who sends it for Matone if she can get there at the near side point. Can't do it, and they knock it out of the zone and down for an icing. 10:19 left, period 2. Rockets on the shot clock have a 14-2 edge, but on the scoreboard it's 0-0. Ulrich on the dot. Connolly in the slot. Rizzo the near side wing. Fired through traffic by Fox and kicked away by Frida with the left pad. Connolly tried to chip it for Fox and does successfully do it. She'll hover back at the point and let Fox play offensively. Connolly couldn't get it before Buelzen did. And they bring it back into their own zone. Bruno off the boards on the far side for Ulrich. Rizzo's over there, but Holt picks it up and keeps it from getting in the zone. Lots of Rockets. Rizzo digs it out, brings it into the zone, lost it on the backhand, regained it. Connolly's just going to step right in, feed Rizzo. Rizzo trying to get through Jones, but Jones pokes it away. Connolly tries to center it, and Jones pokes that away. Connolly through traffic, nifty off Jones's left shin pad. It comes down, Rizzo, sharp angle, wrist shot, save. Rebound comes back to Rizzo, looking for somebody. Feeds Bruno between the points. Holt put her under pressure, rather, Palai put her under pressure. It goes out. Fox hits the brakes just in time for Buelzen. Otherwise, she would have been off to the races. 43 gets behind the D. Ulrich is there, wrist shot. She sent it wide as her team is changing behind her, but in the offensive zone. Hayes picks it up, sends it low into the corner on the far side. Bowles now grabs it over there, and she sends it back low, but the only one there is Grace Ulrich in white for the Rockets. Ulrich tries to chip it past Buleson. Can't do it. It's out in front. One save, a second save. It's loose in front on a goal mouth scramble. Who's going to get it? Ulrich finally does. Markland 2 saves in the process, both of them with the left pad. 8:30 left, period 2. Rockets and Montgomery in a 0-0 tie. The first game was 2-0 in favor of the Rockets. It was similar to this. The Rockets had the possession, they had the shots. Eventually, they found their way onto the scoreboard. Let's see if they could do it here. It was a different goalie last time, but spectacular goalie play has kept Montgomery at 0-0. Redmond sends it through traffic, wasn't trying to shoot it, just trying to get it low. Hansen chips it down low for Nieves. Cook is in front. This time she's actually being watched, and she pressures the turnover as Redmond gets it, but Hayes knocks it out. They have the icing hand up, but Markland's going to play it. I don't think it was going to be able to get over the line by itself. Matone sends it for Cook, and now it gets through to Hansen. She's going to be onside. Hansen is going to go along the line, hit the brakes, looking for somebody in front, spins around one, goes toward the net, centering feed, one-timer, there's a shot and a rebound, 2 saves, 3, and she covers up. Frida keeping them in it right there. Rockets have had a lot of possession down low, and they're not getting those shots in the air. They're just trying to pound home these loose pucks with 7:21 left in period 2. 16-4 the Rockets lead on the shot clock. Might even be more than that. They've had a lot of these close range deals. Nieves on the dot, wins it to Hansen on the near side wing. They go high to Matone, and she goes low. Barrett and Nieves battle for it. Hansen picks it up, back to Nieves, but rebuffed by Holt. Barrett sends it around, but Redmond steps in from the point to keep it down low. Nieves bodies through that one, picks up possession, chips it to Redmond, but a little too much. Loken is going to put Redmond under pressure. Redmond grabs it, spins, sends it up to Nieves, who gets it picked off by Holt. But Redmond picks it up, uses her defense partner, and they send it up for Hansen. Hansen uses the body and shields it with the backhand to send it in deep. Cook is there. She's going to use the body as well. A couple of powerful players there for the Rockets. Definitely playing the power forward game with this line and the speed part with Ulrich at center. Rockets have had to mix it up. Mia Rodriguez is on the end of the bench here after an awkward fall earlier in the period. They're already without Hope Minikillo on the day. Centering feed from Cook. Ulrich couldn't see it. Loken's going to kick it out off the pass from Buleson. Loken putting Fox under pressure here. Fox forces it up the near side wall, and Cook is right there. She's going to dump it because she's at the end of the shift. Connolly jumped on. Ulrich's still out there. Rizzo is one wing with Connolly the other now, and Ulrich probably is going to jump off here at the end of her shift as soon as she gets a chance to. Connolly's going to keep it and send it at the net. Oh boy, confusion in front. And that nearly cost Montgomery, but they're still at 0-0. Connolly keeps it in at the point for Ulrich. Gets through one. Fox is called off by Ulrich, who says, I'm going to take it. Sends it back to Fox. Rizzo tries the redirection of a bouncing puck. Couldn't handle it. Skating over it is Rizzo and Holt. Rizzo picks it up off the feed from Ulrich. Sends it back to Ulrich, who sends it back to Rizzo, but a little too strong on the angled pass off the boards. Rizzo and Jones battle for it over there. Rizzo uses the skates, gets tripped up. Where's the call? I mean, a blatant trip by Jones. She just pulled the skates from out underneath Rizzo, no call. Rizzo at the doorstep, backhander, it sneaks through the top of the crease. Fox picks it up, she goes down low. It goes through traffic. Connolly had the stick tied up by Barrett, otherwise she might have had a chance. Rizzo with it, skating through, leaves it for Fox. Didn't really give it to her in the best position, and Holt will skate it out. Send it up the middle for Pillai. Pillai will go onto the boards against 2 Rockets, and the Rockets win that out. Rizzo chips it up, reverse for Ulrich. Nifty pass. Ulrich trying to break through two, but she can't get through Jones and then Ball. She got past Jones, but Ball was there. Now Ball chips it to herself across the boards, trying to chase it down. No icing. She rides Fox into the boards. Oh boy, that could be a 2 and 10. We'll have to see. She came up high, and when they come up high, that's often the 2 and 10. Rockets dump it in. They were trying to pass it in. It's a delayed penalty. Markland finally makes it to the bench. We're going to see what the call is here. When they ride them close to the boards, they're going to call it a check. And when they ride them close to the boards and they push them in face first, we often see the 2 and 10 called. If you see a second player go into the box, you'll know. But it just looks like a regular 2-minute penalty that they call here. So Montgomery with a little bit of a break as Fox got ridden into the boards. They'll start it off with Nieves on the dot, Hansen in the slot, Cook on the far wing, Matone on the near point, she's between the points, and Redmond on the right point. 1:30 is the time on the penalty, but they got to fix it to make it 2 minutes. Fox seems to be okay after she took the big hit. .403 left in the period. They put up the penalty now for both teams. 4:03, so 2:03, Ball will be allowed to exit the box. The Rockets would like to get her out sooner, which means they would get a power play goal. That's one way to do it. Playing fast and loose on the face-off, they do gain possession. Cook looking to send it to Matone. A little bit of a Brett Favre pass right there, 5 feet away, and she sends a bullet. Matone couldn't handle it, so they have to reverse it. Hansen was looking at the ref, brings it in, onside. And the Rockets try to set up the power play here. Hansen's going to pick it up at the near boards. Send it for Redmond. Wrist shot through traffic. Redirected. And they score! CC Nieves with a power play goal with 3:27 left in period 2. Puts the Rockets up 1-0. Cecilia is breaking their hearts, and she breaks the 0 off the board for the Rockets as they convert on the power play. So Ball will exit the box. 3:27 left, period 2. Teams at full and even strength. Nieves on the goal mouth scramble. Found an open spot at the glove side, which is the right side today, and deposits the puck into the open side of the net. Frida didn't really have much of a chance. She had to stay on the near side to make the first save and a half, and that puck squirted through, and Nieves was just, she always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Cook is going to break in with Hansen. Drops it for Hansen. Wrist shot, mask save, and she covers up. So Frida shakes off the goal and comes up with a big save right there on Hansen and controls the rebound before further danger can be encountered. Rockets now in position to sweep the day. They have a 19-4 edge in shots and a 1-0 edge on the scoreboard. That's tenuous. They'd like to add to it. As is the story of the season, they're down some manpower on the ice, but just making up for it in seemingly everything else they do. Rizzo now with Connolly and Ulrich as they've had to mix things up with Mia Rodriguez on the bench. Comes up the near side. I think Kamerkar's on the bench as well. I haven't seen her, and it looks like Kirsty's sitting out for a period here as well. So not much depth there, about 4 forwards worth and 2 defense worth. No position switches as of yet in terms of offense and defense as the defenders have stayed healthy. Even Coach Jacobus had a little nagging injury coming in here out of nowhere. Rizzo forces Jones to reverse field, and she sends it to Fox at the point. Not what she wanted to do. Connolly sends it down low. Fox was over there. It comes out to neutral ice where Bruno picks it up. Beeseline was behind the D. She's absolutely trying to change. They're caught in a bad change here are the Montgomery Youth Hockey Association girls, and the Rockets couldn't quite take advantage. They still have possession. They didn't really see the bad change. Ulrich tapped it. Connolly was over there, couldn't get possession. Montgomery's able to clear it out and avoid the damage. No icing as Matone picks it up under pressure from Hayes. Chips it up the near side boards, kept in for a moment by Pillai, but Rizzo picks it off her stick. Rizzo looking to send Ulrich, or Hansen in rather. Nieves out there at center. Comes to the near side, Hayes. Matone knocked it in with the skates offside, and she laughs it off. She was trying to hold up, with this automatic offside. There's not much you could do sometimes. You're trying to corral that puck and knock it down, and you're just on the other side of the line. They know the rules. It's not a matter of that. Cook powers it in, draws the face-off as Frida has to dive out to make the cover. Not so much a save, just had to really cover it before Cook was going to get a second whack at it. 56.8 seconds left, period 2. Rockets have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. A power play goal by Cici Nieves with under 4 minutes left in the period. Cook has it in front, spinning off, looking, has it in the circle, shoots it off of Ball's shin pad. Ball picks it up again, but can't get it back around her net. Rockets battle for it there. It's sent out up the middle. Redmond jumps into the lane. Pillai has her under pressure, so she uses her defense partner, Grace Matone. And now Francesca Hansen backhands it. Loken steps into it. Loken gets it picked right off by Hansen, who sends it to Cook, who's going to send it toward the net. Frida steers it around. Comes to the near side for Hayes. She loses it in the skates, but not under pressure. Matone trying to pick that one off. Loken and Pillai are coming in together. Loken has to dump it to the far side as Redmond got a piece. Redmond uses the body to win the angle, and Loken still down. She's okay. Loken has had a lot of the possession, 26 in Navy. That is the end of the second period. Rockets grab a 1-0 lead. They hold a 20-4 edge in shots through 2. Markland has seen 4. I think it might be a couple more than that. Frida has seen 20 and stopped 19. Also probably a couple more than that, but that's okay. Rockets kicked it off this weekend, not the way that they wanted to. They had a big game against the York Devils. It went York's way, 4-1. They responded later on Saturday with a 7-0 win over the Philadelphia Bells. In a Game of the Year candidate this morning, they grabbed a 2-1 win over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms on a late goal by Mia Rodriguez. They're playing without Hope Minikillo today. She's a leading scorer on the team and in the AGHF, and this is the AGHF Showcase. And they still are without their captain, PJ Jacobus. Mia Rodriguez took a funny spin and a weird fall. She's been out since the middle of the second period, and Kirsty Kamerkar has been sitting next to her on the bench. So the Rockets, they're used to playing without their full complement, and they're doing just that in this game, and you couldn't tell. If you didn't know any better, you couldn't tell. They have 17 minutes to finish off this one against a game, Montgomery Youth Hockey Association club, that they played a month or so ago, and in a similar type game, managed a 2-0 win. If you like what you see and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we go live or upload good content, like say the better copy of this game or the coach interview post-game, which comes after most games, you'll get alerted and you'll know about it. Or when we're streaming live and you don't have that link, or the link hasn't been shared with you, and you could be the one to share the link when you see it. It'll come up in upcoming games. We usually put those on the day or the morning, the day before or the morning of the games, so you'll know when to tune in. And don't worry about the start times. Most of these games, typically with about a minute left in warm-ups, is when I'll start the live stream. And I would say the overwhelming majority of the games do not start on time. So if you see something like a 1:15 start and it's 1:18, don't fret. The game will eventually start. Sometimes it's delayed even more than that, but we're glad for you to join in whenever you can. Markland defends the left, Frida defends the right. Ulrich on the dot wins the face-off. Liftoff, period 3. Connolly with Rizzo on the wings, Ulrich the center. They're going to be all kinds of mixing and matching here. Centering attempt rebuffed by Jones. Bielsen got it for a moment, but Bruno stepped in to send it back down. Bielsen tries to spin it off under pressure, but sends it to Fox. Fox walks down the slot, wrist shot, save. Rizzo on the rebound, couldn't get it in. Jones tied the stick up. Fox from the top of the circle, redirected, it goes wide. Rizzo picks it up, nobody guarding her. She's going to skate it right through. She's going to skate it to the point. She's going to spin around. Shot! Score! Rizzo snaps the top right corner! And Luisa Rizzo doubles the lead with 16:19 left in the third period. They just left Rizzo unmarked. She skated around the back of the net, came through the right circle, found a spot, and sniped the top right corner. Luisa Rizzo has found the scoring touch. Is that already 4 for Riz? Nieves on the dot. Neri waited for Hansen to get set there as Pillai brings it in, leaves it for a one-timer. Markland has to make the save. It wasn't a hard shot, but if there was a rebound there were 2 Montgomery players ready to pounce. So on their 22nd shot, the Rockets double the lead, and that's a big one right here early in the third. Nieves and Rizzo for New Jersey. Nieves on the power play. Nieves wins the faceoff over to Lauren Fox, who waits, sends the risky pass up the middle. Bowles was looking to knock that one down, but it gets through, and they power it forward. Nieves leaves it for Cook. 2 Montgomery players bang into one another. It comes down low, backhand score! CC Nieves is breaking their hearts. 3-0 Rockets with 15:48 left in the third. And just like that, we've seen it so often. The Rockets get 1, and then they get 2, and sometimes 3 and 4 in bunches. So Nieves in the second period on the power play, Rizzo early in the third, even strength, and Nieves again. So her, in soccer terms, she's got braces around the Rizzo goal to CC Nieves. So with their down manpower, the Rockets just pick it up. That was an interesting start to the play. Fox skated it behind her own net, sent a high-risk pass right up the center of the ice. Bowles was right there. I mean, if Bowles knocked it down with any part of her body or hand or whatever, she was all alone in front of Markland, but it got through. So Lauren Fox, with a Tom Brady-like accuracy pass, was able to fire it up toward neutral ice. The Rockets bounded forward with it, sort of rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. A lot of football references here. 2 defending players from Montgomery banged into each other. They did recover, but the puck just seemed to be rolling, not in good possession. And it just kept rolling toward the net and toward the net. And as they got closer, CC Nieves was at the bottom of the left circle. She got the backhand on it, and she got it past Frida for the 3-0 lead. Rizzo's goal was highly different. That was a snipe from the right circle. So wholly different goals over here. And Nieves, with her first goal on the power play, was a tap-in on the weak side of the net. Loken will send this in. Markland has to get down to make the save and leaves it for Matone, who reverses it to Redmond, but Loken, she's been one of the stars for Montgomery, loses it over there as Cook just knocked it right away from her stick. Cook and Nieves will put Loken under pressure. She has to go all the way back to get it. Nice cross-ice pass up to Holt. Holt trying to charge through, can't get there as Redmond goes by her. Redmond chips it in. Cook is going to be the first in pursuit. Jones up the near side wall to Loken. Jones and Loken have been standouts for Montgomery today. Holt picks this one up, gains the center line, needed to make that pass forward, and she again comes in offside. When you're crisscrossing like that, you got to either dump it or you got to hit the moving player who's in front of you, and otherwise you get crossed up and you got players slowing down, and that's what happened there. 14:58 left, period 3. Rockets, in what was a 0-0 game not long ago, they score late in the second, twice here early in the third, and forge a 3-0 edge. Ulrich jumps in off the face-off, got past Pillai. She's going to try to turn the corner on Barrett, and does. Wrist shot, sharp angle, was looking to send it through to Rizzo, but couldn't quite connect. It comes out, overskated there was Bowles. And Ulrich will bring it in on the right wing. Barrett harassing her. Barrett picks it off of the stick, tries to get it up, but Connolly steps in. Bruno forces it low. Does she get it loose? She does. It comes out of the scramble to Jones at the point. Bruno tries to send it in, but Connolly's the one to swipe it in. Rizzo and Jones battle for it. It hit a little bank of snow over there and jumped over both of their sticks. Jones brought it out, no icing. It hit off of a Rocket stick as they try to clear it. Bruno all the way back, up for Ulrich. The Rockets in white. Rizzo, she has one. Another player falls for Montgomery, and she gets up. She's okay. Rockets will move it through neutral ice now. They've changed the complexion of this game, and they've done it quickly. They're up 3-0. It was a 0-0 game not long ago. Rizzo behind the net off the feed from Bruno. Bruno's going to go right in front of the net and battle for it. Ulrich covering the point. Can't keep it in there and has to skate it out through the New Jersey Stars logo, the faded New Jersey Stars logo at center ice, and pro skate here in the Monmouth Junction, New Jersey Township, South Brunswick area. Holt is going to grab this one, gain the line, but lose possession as Matone reverses it. Rizzo's over there. She comes toward the middle, and the Rockets were changing. Connolly is going to put pressure on Holt, just knocks it right away from her. Was looking for ball at the point. Ball pinches in, but Matone chips it to Connolly. Connolly's going to skate up the right wing and dump it. Hayes was over there, and Connolly hustles off. Cook jumps on. Hansen jumps on. Cook gets through one, gets tripped up right there. There's going to be a penalty, and the Rockets will go on the power play. And Loken is saying, "Are you kidding me?" I could actually hear her say it from here. No, they're not kidding. That was a pretty evident trip. So with 12:38 left in period 3 of game 4 of the weekend, it's starting to look like the Rockets are going to have a nice short ride home no matter how far they have to go. That's what winning does. And teamwork. Nieves wins the face-off to Matone, who sends it toward the middle, but it's intercepted by Hayes. Hayes couldn't get enough of it to knock it out. Hansen down low, battled for the puck with Hayes. Hansen off the boards to herself past Barrett. Jones is the one to finally get it. Pitchforks it, but can't get it through Nieves. Cece looking for Cookie in front. Tries the stuff shot, but Barrett rebuffs her. Barrett tripped over Loken right there as the two try to guard each post. Hansen tries to shove it in. Nieves does too. Loken pushes her out of the way. Whistle and a stoppage of play. Ref lost sight of the puck. And they're apt to blow the whistle before anything happens to the goalies here when they're trying to cover it. If they're in a prone position and the referees lose sight of the puck, they'd rather err on the side of caution and keep the goalie safe. 1:27 left in the power play for the Rockets. 3-0 they lead, 22-6 in the shots for New Jersey in white. The white jerseys. Ulrich on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Connolly who taps it to Redmond on the right wing. Now Matone on the left point is going to skate it down, take a shot. She sent it wide, there was no shooting lane. Connolly looks to set up, goes to Rizzo, but it's a little too strong. And Matone is going to pinch in and send it back to Riz in the corner. Jones comes into pressure, knocks it away from Rizzo, skates it around the back, sends it up toward the right side, but Redmond picks it up. Redmond goes to the far side. Matone has a lot of room, and she's going to try to send it down low. She was looking for Rizzo down low instead of the safer pass to Ulrich. And the Rockets clear the zone. Ulrich grabs it, sends it in off of Jones, who grabs it back in the corner, puts on the brakes, but Rizzo steals it right from her to Connolly, in front to Ulrich, couldn't get the handle. Redmond in the right circle at the hash mark, sends it through traffic, and she scores! Kira Redmond, it's a power play goal. And with 11:12 left in the third period, the Rockets have all but sealed this one away, 4-0. Redmond cheated in a couple of steps from the point, took her time at the top of the right circle. There was a lot of traffic for Frida, and Redmond found it high to the stick side on the right-handed catching goalie. So that's the near side. Full and even strength now for both teams in terms of penalties. The Rockets still haven't had Rodriguez or Camercar patriate the ice here for now going on about a period's worth, and by the end it'll be about half a game for each. One of the Montgomery players slid awkwardly into the boards. It's ball. She gets up, lost her stick as well. She's okay. Rockets will pick it up there. Nieves hits the brakes, centers it in front. Cook was there but got tied up at the last moment by Mayer. Big play by Mayer, tying up Cook, otherwise it would be 5-0 for sure. Nieves shovels it in front, looking for Hansen. Fox jumps in. Fox with the backhand tries to send it toward the net. It's going to be a power play here for Montgomery as the Rockets are going to get called for a high stick. So with 10:17 left in the game, Montgomery will get their second power play. Holt and Palai are down over there. Both get up under their own power. Coach comes out to make sure. They're checking especially on Palai, and she seems to be giving the okay sign. Fox tries to jump into the box and is falling a little bit over there. Looks like they're going to keep Palai at the end of the bench, perhaps out of caution. So it's been that type of game now for both teams where they're keeping some players out. And hopefully all of our girls are all right. It doesn't matter what uniform they're wearing, they're all our girls. They're our daughters and our granddaughters and great-granddaughters, nieces, cousins, friends, sisters. Or if you're watching on demand, yourselves, part of the sisterhood. You're all girls playing hockey, the best sport in the world. 10 minutes left now in the third. If the Rockets can score shorthanded here or otherwise, and they get it to 5, they'll force the running clock for the AGHF Showcase rules in the third period. They did that against the Bells on Saturday in the late game. But for now, it's regular stoppages and 80 seconds of power play time for Montgomery. Ulrich and Rizzo, the penalty killers up front, trying to spring Rizzo. She will not be able to get it out. Needs a little help from Ulrich over there. Holt, Ulrich battle for it. Holt still there. Ulrich batted it toward her own bench. Montgomery's on the power play, but they're passive right now. Bulls pressing the issue a bit. Rockets will just take it. If Montgomery's going to lay back, they'll be glad to kill the penalty this way. Ulrich bunts it in. Puck is on its end, and it's going to be covered as Rizzo heads to the net. So the Rockets will take that on a shorthanded shift of penalty kill that lasted a minute 16. Ulrich and Rizzo and Redmond and Matone keep that puck nowhere near Arialis Markland. She hasn't been busy in this one, and that's fine because she was certainly busy enough in the first 3 games. Rockets win the faceoff here, shorthanded up front with Connolly and Cook. And Redmond on lefty and Bruno on right, the 2 righties together. As they mix it up, Wheelison gets it and sends it in with 25 seconds left in the Montgomery power play. They're giving the Rockets plenty of the room. Cook is up there. They didn't really have a chance to get it broken away. She had to wait for the puck, and Ball was in full stride, and Ball saw it all the way. Slapper, and Markland has to knock that one away. That was Jones. Connolly is going to pick this one up, send it right up the middle for Cookie, and with 2 seconds and 1, the Rockets have killed off the penalty to Lauren Fox. Cook sends it on net. Frida covers it up after knocking it down with the paddle of the stick. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 8:12 left in the game. Rockets up 4-0. For Montgomery to get back in it, they would have to score quickly. And we talk about the gap and goals whenever it comes up. If it's a 3-goal game, time is not a factor really until about 5 minutes left. And you got to start getting out of what you would usually do and taking some chances and increasing the risk factor. Referee wanted to call that as Loken came up high with the hand and pressed Rizzo down. Wraparound attempt, and Hansen pushes down Jones. Jones doesn't know where it came from, so she turned around trying to push and shove somebody. Hansen will hustle out of the zone now as the Rockets have to send it in between. Nieves there. She's got 2. Rizzo's got 1. And Redmond has the 4th. Hansen will go right along the line, was looking for Nieves. That one's going to be iced by Loken. And they will face it off in the offensive zone with 7:26 left. So in a 4-goal game, we don't really talk about that as being a deficit that is going to be reasonably overcome, barring miracles and meltdowns, as we like to say. But if it were to happen, then Montgomery would have to score quickly to put themselves in any kind of position to do any of it. And the Rockets just really haven't given them much at all here. Connolly sends it at the net. Frida sticks it aside. Rizzo was down low on the back door, but Marr was tying her up. Comes out into neutral ice. Fox forward for Rizzo. She gets it through one, gets the stick picked up by Bowles, but Bowles looking for Beelzen can't connect. Connolly's got to watch the stick there. She's picking up the stick of Beelzen when neither had the puck. Bowles will skate off, so Montgomery playing it with 3 up, and they just don't have anybody near the net. Knocked down on the shot by Loken, who stepped into it. Beelzen's down there, but there's just no other dark jerseys to help out. And the Rockets just niftily get it right past them and break out. It's been a tale of different games here for the Rockets. The morning games have been tight checking, no room on the ice for either team. They call that offside late. That looked like it was onside from here. Or was it icing? Looked like Ball was onside from over here. She was right in front of the bench, and they call it offside. So in the early games, it's been tight checking, not much room, grinding it out for every piece. 1 win and 1 loss for the Rockets in those games, and then in the afternoon games, a little bit more room and a little bit of a difference in the scoreboard, although the competition and the competitiveness is there for all 51 minutes. Ooh, Nieves and Ball ran into one another, and it looks like they are going to face it off outside the zone on the offside. 6:01 the time remaining. 4-0 Rockets. Oh, then Nieves is going off for, I didn't realize it was going to be a penalty. They pointed to the outside of the zone for a face-off, but the face-off is inside the zone. And that's because of the penalty to Nieves. I didn't see what the call was, maybe interference. So with 6:01 left, the flickering hopes of Montgomery, they got to leave that player out there, too late for the change. Flickering hopes of Montgomery relied upon the power play right here. They're going to have to cash in quickly if they want to have any hope. But they can't even get set up as the Rockets lose the face-off, but Hansen picks it off and sends it in after skating it into neutral ice. Ball reverses it, looking up the far side, but Matone steps into it. Matone tries to keep it there again. Ball with some momentum, still 2-on-2. Hansen comes back. They send it at Markland. She knocks it down with the paddle of the stick and covers it up before further damage. So the first 26 seconds are killed off, and they will start action again as they commenced it at the start of the power play with 5:35 left in the game, and the Rockets leading 4-0 over Montgomery. Rizzo and Connolly now up front, Matone and Redmond on the back line. Loken will rip this one wide, but Markland will glove it down anyway. If they call that a shot, that'll be number 10. So officially 10 shots, a little more than that probably for Montgomery. It's not easy to see every one of them. Loken steps into that one and Markland steers it aside. Again, it was going wide, but she knocked it away anyway. Jones fires it. Loken on the back door tries to redirect it in. Loken on the wraparound attempt. Markland gets a piece of it, and she holds on. The puck is in the net there, but it looks like the whistle blew, and they are saying it's a face-off. So she did keep it out. The net looks like maybe it came off, or did it? Down to 5:13 left in the game, 1:12 in the penalty to Nieves. Montgomery with the way late change there. That's actually a change on the fly. Holt came in late, but they're just a little bit out of sorts, Montgomery. You got to be ready when you have these chances on the power play, and they just are confused sometimes here about who's supposed to be out when. And the Rockets have been able to take advantage. There's not much of a margin in a game like this, and whoever's a little bit sharper here and there can make all the difference, and that's been the Rockets. Loken will try to carry it in. She bowls over Fox, and that's going to be a penalty. Rockets will, oh wait, who are they calling the penalty on? Loken steamrolled through Fox. Who are they calling the interference on? They blew it dead when the Rockets touched, which would suggest a Rockets penalty, but that doesn't seem likely at all. Loken goes to the bench, and Fox goes in. I don't know why that is a penalty at all. Even all the Rockets U19 white just at the bottom left of your picture are like, what? Yeah, that's a dubious penalty. Loken has the puck, and she steamrolls into Fox, who stands her ground, and Fox gets an interference penalty. Well, that's the way that it goes. So the flickering hopes of Montgomery down 4-0 with a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds, and then a 5-on-4. This is the game. I mean, if you really want to get in the game, you should probably pull your goalie and go 6-on-3 right here. Ulrich will take the face-off. Redmond and Bruno will be the defense pair. Ulrich wins it. Bruno sent it up. They'll take a long wrist shot. That's the last thing you want to do in a 5-on-3. You got to give your team a chance to set up. And Rockets will take that all day. Ulrich again. Makes it a 50-50 proposition in a face-off. Eventually Hayes jumps in to win it. Ball to Jones, who's going to fire it, but she whiffs. She'll skate it right down into the slot and is hounded by Ulrich the whole time for every inch of ice. Bowles tries to spin it to Jones, who's all the way down low. Right pad save. The Rockets get one back. It's Nieves. 5-on-4. Oh, Cece was trying to pick that in. Oh, it looked like she kept it onside right there, but the referee right on the line says it's offside. It looked like it was real close, but I thought she kept it in. They call it offside, and that will put the face-off outside of the zone with 1:23 left in the power play for Montgomery and 3:54 in the game. 4-0 Rockets. With each tick, they get closer to their third straight win in the AGHF Showcase after an opening defeat. Chipped up along the far boards. Jones is going to pick this up, send it to Loken, who steers it back to Ball, and her centering feed, looking for Bowles, is picked off by Nieves, who sends it in shorthanded here for another minute 5. Nieves and Hansen are the penalty killers up front. Steered off by Loken is Nieves, and Ball is going to bring it up, gain the center line, wait for Jones. They collide with one another. She puts herself 1-on-4. Two players get tied up. Nieves is getting the stick, blatantly held by Ball, no call. They're just going to let that one go at this point. Ball was just wouldn't let go of Nieves' stick. I like Cece too, but you know, it's her stick and she should be able to keep it. Nieves has 2. She'll dump that one in. 2 goals with 3 minutes left in the game and 26 seconds left in the Montgomery power play. It was a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. They killed that off, did the Rockets. Ball tips that one. She's going to regain it before it hits the end line for an icing, and Redmond punches it away from her. 13 seconds left in the power play. Jones sneaks in from the point, trying to get a shooting lane, sends it into danger, but Bielsen couldn't get the stick on it. She was tied up. Centering feed knocked down by Holt, punched out by Hansen. Jones can't keep it in. Rockets now at full and even strength. Holt couldn't corral that one, and it's an offside. So we're down to 2:26 left in the game. Rockets have killed off the 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4, and they lead it 4-0. Ulrich on the face-off didn't actually win it. It was Hayes who punched it in and allowed Fox to take it and send it in. Mayer reverses it, and it's brought up to the line and kept in by Bruno nicely, using every bit of that long reach and all the hustle. Mayer's going to bring it out in front of her own bench, in front of the Rockets bench. Gets hauled down on the angle by Hansen, and that's just a dubious penalty right there. Hansen takes the angle the way they show it in the USA coaching hockey manuals right there. She comes in, takes the angle, presses the hip in, doesn't make contact except for the puck being there, and just presses the less balanced player who falls, and the more stout player ends up being penalized for it. Coach is complaining about it because that's it literally is. If you take and I've taken a bunch of them to get certified as a USA hockey coach. That is literally the way that you teach angling, but nonetheless a penalty. If the refs say it's a penalty, it's a penalty. And Montgomery has another power play here, and the Rockets trying to keep the clean sheet for the last couple of minutes. Rizzo grabs it, and it comes in, and it's going to be a high stick now. Who is it against? It is against Bruno. So another 5-on-3. Timeout Rockets. Taking nothing for granted here. A 5-on-3. You know, things can unravel quickly. As unlikely as it might seem, You have to play it all the way through. And with 92 seconds left, once again in a 5-on-3 situation, we'll see if Montgomery decides to pull Frida and make it a 6-on-3. There's, at this point, really nothing to lose in doing that. Frida's over by the bench, but she hasn't jumped on it. Nieves broke a 0-0 tie with a power play goal late in the second period. Rizzo scored early in the third, Nieves shortly thereafter. And then it was Redmond on a power play later in the third to make it 4-0. Montgomery's picked it up in terms of the shot clock. It's 28-13 now for the Rockets. So a 9-8 advantage so far in the third for Montgomery. If the Rockets have their way, they will kill off a 5-on-3. The referee now blowing the whistle and saying, let's go, after the timeout. Nieves, Ulrich, and Matone will be the 3 penalty killers for the Rockets. Frida will stay in net, so they'll play at 5-on-3 and not 6-on-3, down 4-0 with 92 seconds left. Holt wins the faceoff. Loken's going to step into it. Markland knocks it away with the blocker. That Loken can really shoot, and she stepped into that one. Ball sends it to Loken at the point. She should just walk right in with it, as Nieves is back in a passive position, and Matone is battling in front with Bowles. Jones with a long shot, and Markland covers it up, gets the whistle before it's actually covered, and the Rockets will take it. Down to 70 seconds. 5-on-3. The Rockets trying to kill it off. They want to, first things first, get the win. Secondarily, the shutout. Montgomery wins the faceoff. Jones to Ball to Loken. She backs up instead of marching at the net. Jones on the one-timer. Redirect attempt by Bowles in front. She didn't get it. Markland sees the trickling puck. Negotiated back in by Ulrich and covers it up. Nieves gives a half hug. Holt wins another faceoff. Jones to Loken for the one-timer. It goes wide. Ulrich's going to gather this one, and they just give her some room, and she's able to send it out to Nieves. CC will gain the center line, keep going with it. Loken pushes her off of it, and she dumps it, but somehow Ulrich is there. Ulrich falls down, knocked the puck with her tuchus for a moment. Can't hold on to it. 2 Rockets are back, Nieves and Matone. So they play 2 forwards on the penalty kill in the 5-on-3. Loken just goes right at the net, but Matone knocks it away. Jones between the points, rifles, fires, knocked away with the blocker. Markland keeping the clean sheet alive, but Montgomery putting pressure on them. 12 seconds left in the 5-on-3, end the game, really. Ball knocked down by Ulrich, shin pad. She just has to whack it out of there. Nieves trying to whack it out of there. 1 second, 0. There is the win. The Rockets complete the weekend with a 3-1 record with a 4-0 victory over Montgomery Youth Hockey Association. Arialis Markland in net for all of them. And they come over and acknowledge their organizational mates for cheering them on. Boy, that is the best thing that you could see right there. Good support in the Rockets organization for each other. So many of these girls, they practice together, they play together, even if they're not on the same teams. Friendships formed, and you love to see that. After the game, a hard-fought game, and all these games of the weekend, the first thing they do is come over and show their appreciation to their fellow Rockets for their support. The final shot total, 28 for the Rockets, 17 for Montgomery. Montgomery with 13 of them in the third period to 8 for the Rockets, mostly because of a couple of 5-on-3s to close it out. But Markland comes up with her second shutout of the weekend. And her goalie tandem mate, Emma Lacey, should be back in to help out next weekend as the Rockets take on whoever they take on next weekend. So that is going to do it as Coach Jacobus makes his way across the ice. And hopefully very soon we'll see the Rockets at full strength. But even down some numbers, they've managed to just play consistently well all season. A hiccup here, a hiccup there, but few and far between. That is going to do it for the AGHF Showcase. The Rockets close out a 3-1 weekend with a 4-0 victory over Montgomery Youth Hockey. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we come on live or we upload content like the coach interview, which you could see after this, then you will know about it. And we appreciate all your support leading up to this moment. That's going to do it from Pro Skate in Monmouth Junction. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching. New Jersey Rockets, girls hockey.